What would Jackie Chan's disciplines be? Are you asking?
Like, if you could ghoul him with any clan to make him more powerful, which clan would you ghoul him with?
Oh,
Gangrel. Maybe.
Probably La Sombra.
Something
Just
or
give him
something with
potions.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's cheating. Maybe something with celerity. Jackie Chan with celerity.
Oh, that would be good. That would make real good films. Anyway.
Sure.
Hello, delicious friends, and welcome to Vampire Bloodloss, the 5th edition campaign where these thin bloods and that full blood are in a hostile city that wants to take everything they have and leave nothing left. But why not have some fun in the meantime? Yeah? So we have the largest cast we've ever had at the moment. Yes, you are delicious, chat. You are delicious. You are my delicious friends. And yeah, let's go around and introduce everyone, starting with the newest member of our cast, a Metamancer.
Oh, hi guys. I'm Metamancer. Your vampire goth. I had to. Anyway, you guys can find me role-playing on my channel. I'm playing Alex Moreau, who is a roller derby captain turned vampire. We don't know what her deal is yet, but she likes to kick ass and take names or something like that.
Perfect. And also, today's edition, Mr. Elysium.
Hi, I'm playing Faris Vaudeville. I'm actually the only true-blooded vampire among us. I'm a Toreador. The only one left as far as I'm aware.
I guess we'll have to see. Marvellous. And Fuzzy.
Hello, I'm 85. Hi, I'm Fuzzy. I play Florence, who's very old and very rat infested, and I am insanely tired because I only just got back from TwitchCon, which explains why I've still got the Fortnite hoodie on. But I have coffee, and I'm sure nobody will notice if I just nod off mid-game, right?
That's totally a thing Florence would do, so it's fine. You picked a great character for this.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
And Delphron, who are you?
Hello, I'm Delphron. I play Nate. He is kind of dastardly. He just wants power. He's new to the whole vampire thing, so he doesn't really have time for, like rules and social etiquette. But his daddy Faris is teaching him, I guess. Yeah.
And last but not least, Loki. Sheep.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog. I play Loki. He's a paranoid information broker who is the only person who ever has plans or knows what to do, so, yeah.
Turn that music down. There we go. And I'm Josh. I'm the storyteller, and I make bad decisions when they don't. So, I guess make sure you follow everyone here. And remember, something I didn't tell you at the beginning of the last episode, if you want to catch these live, you can find us 7 p.m. BST England time on twitch.tv/gamingftl, because we have moved a couple of hours just to make things easier for everyone. But if you miss it, you can always catch it on youtube.com/c/strange adventures, all one word. I should make that easier to type out, but that's for the future. For right now, I think we should have a quick recap of all the things that have been going on in the city. And I'm going to get my notes up because there's a lot. So, over the last few episodes, Nate has been exploring and researching exactly what the Vontru Primogen Bradley Grimald is doing after gaining his touchstone Renala. Obviously, Nate didn't do this intentionally. He used to be his mentor. But then things changed when Faris showed up. Unfortunately, Renala is still missing. But I think Nate has discovered that they have or agents at least, of Mr. Grimald have been seen entering a building site for a very large, important-looking place on the edge of town. And I think Loki mostly has been trying to explore exactly what is going on with a previous coterie member, John, by using Saffron, his old touchstone, as bait to try and lure John out to try and have a conversation. There are multiple threads going there, but it seems that John's blood is rather important to them. And last episode, Nate got given a feather and a promise of power by a mysterious person who looked like someone he'd previously murdered, one of his fans, called Eric, while he was investigating a stone circle in the forest that wasn't supposed to be there. And he had some answers. And at the end, well, most of last episode was the new character, Alex Moreau, trying to escape some of Mr. Gates, the Nosferatu. Some of his agents trying to gain control over Alex in some capacity, mostly kidnapping.
That definitely qualifies as control.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's just the way things go.
I mean, Alex kind of complained a lot and then ripped someone's throat out.
True.
I mean, who hasn't done that, really?
Yes.
I haven't. I shot some
No.
people, but...
No, what Loki did do, though, was get 7 successes on a firearms roll and murder someone instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
It did happen.
Wait, Loki can hit
Simultaneously
people with a
letting
gun?
out the beast, but swings and roundabouts. And so, I think the decision was, at the end of last episode, to introduce Alex into and try and get her some safety, some understanding, and help her in general incorporate herself into the coterie. The decision was made to go and see the mentor, the Toreador, Faris Vaudeville, and that is where we ended it. So I think, Faris, what are you up to?
Probably, knowing Faris, one of the clubs he owns in the VIP lounge with a little balcony overlooking the actual decent section of the club. Probably a very expensive bottle of wine that he's opened and doesn't actually intend to drink but wants to be holding, and a group of people around him who he's just cherry picked out who are just the prettiest people.
Oh yeah. You can pick and choose. These places belong to you, and when they're in your club, these people belong to you. So you get a message and you send a message in reply for these people to meet you at your club. Yeah?
Yeah, I'd have the staff ready the little room at the back that we have for little occasions and so on. Put down some armchairs, put some logs in the fire.
You have a fire. Do you light
Actually,
it?
Knowing me, it's probably a fake fire. Because I haven't been around that long without my sire, so it would be a fake fire. It'd be one of those little, glowing ones.
One of the ones made of cloth and it goes woo
Yeah.
with the
those
sound.
ones.
With the little fan, so it goes really quietly.
All right. So, the 4 of you, Thin-Bloods, how do you get around to the club?
To us.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about that because I'm a little.
Did
When
you get an Uber?
didn't myself and Alex get new clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
I would protest the sewer
Yes.
an awful lot then if that was the case.
You can make your own way separately if you want.
I can meet you there if you like.
Get a
Yeah.
scuba.
Yeah, then we go for an Uber.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Maybe under Alex's name because like
That's
our
fine.
reputation has gone like down low.
I think at this point,
I could technically get one of my people to give us a ride too, but
probably. But at this point, I'm fairly certain that Alex, you might be the only person. You might pick this up when they're talking about the Uber. You might be the only person that has any actual cash on you. Everyone else
Yeah.
seems to be broke.
cool. Yeah.
But
Maybe you should donate some blood. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that in character.
You arrive at the club. Faris, do you give instructions?
Yep. Juliet Hargreaves, my retainer, will be waiting outside with some little like booties that you put on for like walking around houses and so on if they're new, because I know that Loki would probably have suggested the sewers, and just in case, I don't want to get sewage on the nice carpets.
Florence wipes her feet.
Okay.
I took the sewers by myself, and I will put on the booties.
Yeah, for Florence will just be like, well, if you want to, oh, fine. Why don't I just take my boots off instead?
Please
Juliet
don't.
comes up to you and is like, that will not be necessary.
Oh, all right, I'll just put the oh,
We
oh,
made arrangements. If you could all follow me,
oh, hang on, I need to do the other, oh,
I've
I
probably
will-
also got Juliet to have a pressure washer as well, just in case.
she's got one of those huge tanks strapped to her back and like a Ghostbuster, like,
all right, there,
ready?
dear.
please follow me and I will introduce you to...
Oh, lovely, you've got an open foe.
Yeah. And she takes you upstairs and into the little back room where, what do we see, Faris?
Ferris is sitting in an armchair, half facing the door, half facing the fake fire, legs crossed, hand cocked out to the side, holding whatever looks like a glass of brandy or something, deep, rich red color to it. A little bit like casually, but also like he is expecting guests. And as people come in, he'll stand up.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, Florence. So lovely to meet you again.
Oh, yes, indeed. Ooh, is that an open foe? Oh, I'll put the kettle on. Wait, no, that's...
I'm sure Juliet can bring you something if you would like a cup of tea.
Oh, I could murder a cup of tea. Yes, please.
Very well. Juliet, if you can.
Yes, sir, of course.
3 sugars, please.
3 sugars. Anyone else?
No.
Fine, thank you.
Nate, Loki, how are you doing?
It's been very very good. We've been we will following 100%. You be proud. May I introduce you to our companion?
Yes, you may.
And he like
Alex goes to
gestures
read-
like with as much grandeur in his face. This is a person of interest. You look at Loki for the name.
Alex.
Moreau.
Yes, Alex Moreau.
She goes to shake his hand, sees it if he.
Does his hand out, shakes yours.
Ferris.
What does Alex look like?
Oh,
Yeah.
Alex has black hair, obviously dyed silver. Her eyes actually look very strange. They're incredibly pale and very reflective. Obviously, she's got darker makeup on. She looks a little beat up, maybe a little bit tired at the moment, but overall, like when they went to go and get new attire, she looks presentable. She's got like a slinky dress on right now and just kind of trying to stand straight, but she's got sleeves on both arms. So it kind of is like she's wearing a dress, but she's definitely not the dress wearing type kind of thing.
Well, it's a lovely dress you have on. I can only just wonder where you got it. Looking directly at Nate.
I need to ask you a question via PM's message.
Okay. We're getting into the secrets already, are we?
And meanwhile, Ferris, if you could roll me wits awareness.
Oh. Awareness.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
One success.
My hunger's probably down by now, I imagine.
At this point, yeah, you can go to 1 hunger. Unless you'd like to roll a d10 and halve it round down.
I'm okay at 1.
Okay.
Faris
Has
is
any
well
of our
fed.
willpower come back, by the way?
Oh, yes. So, you can reduce your willpower damage by whichever's highest, your composure or your resolve. So if you've got...
Okay, they're the
resolve-
same, so that's fine.
Okay, so you can, take away that many. Faris, Alex has some really great tattoos.
Those are some marvelous tattoos you've got as well.
Thank you. Do you have your own?
One from a previous life.
I used to know a sailor who had rather a lot of tattoos. He had one on his... Anyway.
Helpful. Alex requested to meet the boss. And seeing as Alex has...
Unique talents that we have an interest in, we thought it was best to introduce her. And they deliberately talks over Loki.
Yes, we decided that it was best to introduce her to you.
Well, if you would like to sit down, we can get better acquainted. Nate,
Yes.
you've been taking a lot of visits to a certain tailor, haven't you?
Yes. I've been trying to uphold the appearances, and I thought you'd appreciate meeting Alex this way rather than the sewers like some people. I'll do the most shady sly glance towards Loki.
Nothing.
Well, some people can't help how they're half sired. But I do have to wonder why you are spending my tab. You?
Oh dear, you've been a naughty boy.
I'm afraid
I have been amiss. I apologize. I'll be more discreet in future.
Just
Nate's gonna look at his
spending
feet.
my tab. Nate, I took you there and I got you a suit, and I got Loki a suit out of the gratefulness of my heart. I didn't intend for you to spend my tab without asking first.
Yes. I understand. I apologize.
As it is, I owe you a minor favor anyway. We can call that minor boon the tab you have racked up on a suitable rack of attire.
We're very grateful, aren't we, Loki?
I didn't spend anything.
No, my tailor was quite sure that it was you, I'm afraid.
Didn't Loki come once or twice? Or was that wrong?
He didn't
think
get dressed up or anything like that.
He arrived at the place. I don't think he...
Oh, then that was my mistake. Sorry, yeah.
But yeah.
But feel free to throw me under the bus too.
No, Nate wouldn't have, no. If that was the case, no.
But in that case, welcome. It's lovely to see you, Alex. Florence, a pleasure again.
Oh,
Lovely
yes, of
Nate.
course, dear.
Feel free to take seats.
She takes a seat.
Would you like some privacy to discuss these things with her, or are you fine with us being here?
Well, I don't know how much she's told you and how much I should not know. If you wish to be present, are you a coterie as a group?
I'm still
Unclear.
deciding.
Yeah.
Well, in which case, whatever makes you more comfortable, Alex.
I feel like they know a lot about me already, so
Oh, preamble also, Mr. Vaudeville. We engaged with minions, I guess is the correct word, with Mr. Gates, who was also trying to acquire Alex in a more forceful manner. Just so you know.
Mr. Gates.
Yeah.
Well, that does complicate it somewhat. You definitely have my interest. These minions, whose domain did they attack you in? And were they ghouls or were they kine?
They attacked me at my stadium, and I'm not sure.
I believe it's in our friend's domain.
Your friends?
Our friends, Bradley.
In Bradley's domain?
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, he shouldn't have been interfering there then. And were they ghouls or were they humans?
I believe they were just regular muscle. Although I think, Florence, you said there was Mr. Gates's ghoul there as well? But
Yes.
Did you manage to kill the bitch?
No.
Shame, but it's
It's
probably
not-
cheaper this way.
Yes, no, she knows things, and no, I am not risking.
Personal
no.
things to you, Florence.
Possibly, yes.
Mr.
Okay.
Gates has some leverage on Florence, unfortunately.
Florence, you did remember what I said to you last we spoke.
Possibly.
That I would help you with your lack of leverage if the time came.
I have a plan to that effect as well, but that we can.
Might. Yes. I'll have to think. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. Possibly. I don't know. Let me think.
Well, you are full of surprises. Start wherever you wish.
I'm assuming that's directed to Alex.
It's more directed at the entire room.
Oh, okay.
Faris is like, there are a lot of things to talk
Yeah.
about here. A lot of
Okay.
unpacking needed.
Maybe you can start at how you heard about me.
Sure. I got a messenger from one of my contacts who said he'd heard of a possible Thin-Blood who had some skill with alchemy and a very specific skill that allows the cutting or curtailing, I guess, of blood bonds.
Faris's eyes immediately go to Alex.
Mm-hmm. Hence, we decided that it would be in everyone's best interest for us to locate and confirm these facts.
And lucky we did, because Gates was right on our trail.
Which kind of makes it understandable why Gates was so enthusiastic to kidnap Alex.
Let's be honest. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Is this true?
Yep. That's the short version. It was a accidental discovery a while back.
And I decided in this one instance, it was acceptable for me to go a bit above my station and offer her sanctuary and work in exchange for allegiance.
You offered on behalf of me without consulting me
Yes.
that you would give her my sanctuary and my allegiance.
Yes. Well, her allegiance to you in exchange for sanctuary.
You have some balls, Loki.
This is true in this one instance, yes. Was I wrong?
Of course not. Well, do continue.
After that, after we made initial contact, we realized we were being followed. We decided to go to a more secure location in case it turned into a fight. It turned out, although we weren't aware at the time, that some agents of Mr. Gates had come to kidnap Alex. We fought them off, killed a few. The ghoul basically neutered Florence.
No, I wouldn't say neutered. She just said to
You
don't.
didn't take part in the fight.
We
She
were
was-
separated, and Florence was was tasked with a different task, and I feel like she made the right choice.
I was down
Given-
the bottom of the stairs, just sort of waiting to spring them, and then she spotted me and was like, "Don't do anything," and I was, yes, I couldn't, because it would have gone badly for my,
Leverage. And then the ghoul left, said that she'd inform Mr. Gates of what happened. We decided to bring Alex with us to the sewers, had a little chat, and then contacted you to see what you wanted to do. And now we're here.
Well, in that case, you have, of course, got my protection. Should you stay on my domain property, no one will harm you. I'll make sure that everyone I employ sees to that.
Right. So the reason why I asked to see their employer, which is you, I guess, is because I'm trying to figure out what else there is with all this.
With the whole living dead thing.
No. Why shouldn't I go to Gates?
Well, that's certainly one option. Gates is a very influential figure. His tactics are a little bit different from my own. I wouldn't really choose to kidnap someone from their own home at gunpoint. Personally, it's a little bit distasteful. I'd much rather people work for me or with me because they want to. That choice is yours. If you wish.
And what kind of work would I be doing?
Well, I know of at least one individual who could do with a blood bond being broken. And they can probably pay exceptionally well.
That's interesting. Okay.
And if everything pans out, I'll offer you the same that I've offered to the rest of your coterie. You can have my protection, favors, power, and if you so choose, should the opportunity arise, I can introduce you to the clan proper, if you wish to become a Toreador.
Huh. I need equipment to do the work.
What sort of equipment?
For alchemy. At least the basics.
A lab.
I can't really go back to my place at the moment, so.
I'm not familiar with the exact intricacies of your art, but I'm sure if you give a list of things you require to Juliet, she will see that you are well provisioned.
She, nods that she's been acknowledged.
What about that nice Mr. Bubbles?
What about him?
Well, he's an alchemist.
And he did express interest in wanting to see Alex. I presume to learn.
Well, I just meant maybe they could work together, or I don't know. I just thought that maybe.
Bubbles answer to?
Oh, he's lovely. I don't know who he answers to, but he's ever so pleasant. He always makes me a nice cup of tea when I go and see him. Yes, he's always.
Faris does have a way with him.
The very hot commodity alchemist to an unknown allegiance alchemist who may be working for someone else.
If I may inject some facts into this, painting of his character, he doesn't have any allegiance to anyone. I would not trust him. He is dodgy.
He's not dodgy. He's lovely.
Effective.
He's lovely. I don't know. Not dodgy.
He's useful and talented.
Very charming.
Where do you suppose that Gates found out about me? Bubbles?
Gates, as the face of the Nosferatu, has access to more informants and avenues of information gathering than anyone else in the city. It would be unsurprising if he found out about you through any of them, really.
So do we think Bubbles found out from Gates about Alex?
Probably not. I imagine it was someone who knows Alex or has dealt with Alex in the past, sold it as part of a deal for alchemy. would be my guess.
Well, it's not like I've been keeping it that much of a secret.
It's a terrible idea, but
Girls gotta make money.
is the roller derby business not booming?
We don't make money.
Oh, okay.
That just lets me let out a little bit of rage.
Have you tried just like shouting at people?
I shout there too.
I find when I'm particularly angry, a nice cup of tea sorts me right out. Mm.
I have more urges than that.
I think we all have
You are
certain-
drinking the right tea.
Some of us have urges for the right kind of tea. Some of us have
Oh.
other more esoteric urges.
Right. Okay. One other thing before I make this arrangement, I guess. At some future time, after I've completed this particular task of the bond breaking, I'd like you to tell me more about the clan.
That's easily enough solved. I can tell you tonight, I can tell you tomorrow, whenever you fancy.
Well, I don't want to keep the rest of the group waiting, so.
Understandable. If you wish to call on me, you may do so. You don't have to come here with your coterie. I think you have had a rough enough experience recently that I can trust you, especially if the rest of the coterie vouches for you.
You just like hear Nate take like this like sharp like hitched breath when he says that like Alex can come unattended.
Mhm.
No, this seems like a nice young lady. Mm.
Thanks, Florence.
No, it's quite all right, dear. Mm.
She's an excellent judge of character.
She whispers to Nate, I'm glad she didn't see us on the roof.
Wait, see what's on? Ooh.
Nothing.
Oh,
Yes, I'm a very, very sweet person.
Sure.
Mm.
Faris pulls out like a leather wallet, pulls out like 200 quid, hands it over to Alex.
Thank you.
To get you started, I understand you've had to leave your house and everything you hold dear. Must be rough.
I didn't have a lot of possessions.
Well, perhaps some new skates.
Thank you.
I think I have a few calls to make. Well, if you can all make sure that Alex is healthy, you have my leave to stay here if you wish. I have a couple of apartments above the club. Alternatively, you can stay wherever you wish. Make sure to let me know if anything untoward goes down and I can assist you. It is likely that Gates probably knows where you are. Clubs are not exactly bereft of informants.
Could I have a quiet word with you in a little bit as well?
Yeah. Just if you're not too busy, that is.
I think we all require a private conference with you when you have the time, so.
Well, I guess at this point someone needs to form an orderly queue outside the door, don't they?
Oh, I like queues. Florence just goes and runs outside the door and just like,
Well, would you be wanting to join the queue, Alex, for a private word, or are you satisfied with what I've illuminated so far?
I'm sure if I have other questions, I can find you.
I would like that very much.
Okay, who is staying for private conversations?
Florence
And-
is queuing patiently outside the door.
Oh, she's having a great time of it too.
I think if Nate saw Loki and Florence queue up first, I think he would go to Alex and kind of hey, this might look good for Faris if I entertain you, while the other two talk, and then maybe swap with them if they come out.
What a dick. Yeah, I need a word with Faris.
Right. Line up then, come on.
Yep.
Q.
Alex leaves and extends her hand. Nice to meet you.
Faris nods and inclines in like a quarter bow.
Yeah.
Just one last wits awareness.
Oh,
roll,
okay.
Faris. I'm assuming you leave the room, Alex.
Yeah, I turn
Okay.
around and start leaving.
That
Oh yeah,
is-
Nate is like right on her tail. He's like, yeah, let's just maybe we should get a drink or
That is
something.
why.
3.
Ooh, 3 successes. One of their tattoos does not look like a tattoo. You only catch like a little bit of it. Looks like there's a burn mark there.
What?
A burn mark.
A burn mark. Actually, Alex, if you could, forgive me, but if you could line up in the queue, I would like to have a few words with you by yourself.
By herself.
Sure.
Nate's just like, you can see Nate's like,
I mean, Nate, what you see is Alex turn around, start to walk away, and then Faris is like, actually,
yeah, exactly.
that's what it looks like from your perspective.
That bitch.
I mean, sure, yeah. If you want to go ahead of me, Al. He catches himself.
No, Nate. I think it's only fair, given our relationship, that you go anywhere in the queue you wish.
Queue jumping.
I thank you. Faris, you can go first if you like. Sorry, not Faris. Florence.
Oh, thank you, dear. That's very nice of you. All right, I was in the queue anyway, so I was, of course, going to go first. But it's nice of you to confirm that. Bloody young people these days don't know how to queue.
Do you want to go in, or are you just going to mutter there?
You're gonna move.
I am moving. Can't you see me moving?
No, very often I can't.
Okay.
Anyway, right. Florence just like slams the door. Dunk.
Florence,
Yes.
I see that Nate let you go first, which is very kind of him. I was wondering if his manners would hold up.
I'm bloody surprised, to be honest with you. And anyway, yes. So, she's going to go to the door and see if anybody's listening on the other side. Just like,
Is anyone listening on the other side?
I'm just standing there.
Oh yeah, I think Nate is like kind of being the door bodyguard without being too obvious. He's being a door bodyguard. Like if anyone comes too
so
close,
what
he'd be like,
Florence is going to do is she's going to just be like, open the door and see if you're close. Do you mind?
Would it be reasonable to say that there was enough time for Alex to go down to get a beverage of sorts?
Oh, Juliet will be able to sort that for you.
She
I imagine
bows and
Juliet's
leaves.
gonna like sit out front of the door, like watching, and like if anyone needs anything.
Yeah. She gets one of those silver trays and a cloth.
Anyway, so Florence will shut the door again, and there's also just huddle over and be like, right, yes, so I have a daughter, and she's in a bit of financial trouble at the moment, due to no fault of her own, and Gates has found out about her and is using her as leverage against me. I need to get her somewhere safe. I need her to be safe, because if she's safe, then nothing matters and everything's fine. But if she's not safe, then.
Faris puts his hand on Florence's knee.
Do you mind, young man?
I'm
I'm a
sorry.
married woman. Please don't be so
I just
familiar.
want you to be at home and calm. Explain how I can help, and you have my help.
I need to get. I need to get her somewhere safe where Gates can't get to her. But I also she's lost her job, I think, and she's having terrible trouble with the mortgage payments and things. So
Is she inside this limited area we have been given?
yes, she is.
Does she have any experience bartending?
I do believe she's an office manager of some sort.
I can probably make room as some sort of assistant manager of one of my bars. Maybe see if a position opens up.
The thing is as well, she doesn't know who I am. So getting her to safety could be a little tricky.
Getting her to safety. Is she physically in danger?
Well, she's in a house and Gates knows where she is.
Okay.
So I don't know how to get her to safety without. I don't want her to know about me because it would only upset her. I want her to have. I spent all her life. I've made sure she has a happy life and a safe life, and I've made sure that she's looked after. But this I can't do anything about it. It's beyond me, and I just want her to be safe.
That's very noble of you. I
I'm
can
a
probably
mother.
put her in one of my apartments. See if I can find her a job in one of my clubs. However, Bradley and Gates and their sort have ways of finding things out. Short of keeping her locked up in a cellar underground, she will be seen by people.
But even a little bit more protected than she is now is. I
can
can't
definitely protect her more. While she is on my domain property, she is considered to be my property. Not that I would do anything with that, but the law effectively would be that if anyone harms her, it's as if you came into my house and smashed my window.
She's much more precious than a window.
I'm sure she is.
Now, how would you get her there without upsetting her?
Well, I know her mortgage payments are pretty high from what you said. I could quite easily offer to get her a job based on, I don't know, possibly having her CV found mysteriously by a headhunter based on her previous experience, and then offering a room above the bar. We have several, normally used by employees. And that would get her out of having to pay those mortgage payments.
It's worth a try, I would guess. I might write her a letter of recommendation.
Yes, if you could.
Yes.
The one thing I would warn you about is that while Gates and Bradley are at large with power, there will always be a threat to her. I will do my best to neuter them,
but we need to do something about Gates.
Bradley, too, is a bit of a risk. I know he's already
Yes.
taken an interest in your coterie.
Yes.
Gates does owe me a pretty large favor. I'll see what interest he has, but considering that he also wants Alex now, it is unlikely that he's going to be particularly amenable.
Yes. Yes, you have things he wants. No, well, yes, that seems. Oh, I hope this works. I hope this works. Oh dear, I hope this works. I have one of my babies watching her at the moment, but yes, that's about all I can do. But thank you very much. This is very kind of you.
Of course, Florence. If you ever have any trouble about her, do let me know.
No, well, I am forever indebted to you.
You were the one who freed me from my sire. I'm indebted to you, Florence.
Well, in that case, I'd say if this makes us very equal because my daughter is the most precious thing to me.
A parent should be proud of their child. I will have the boon stricken off the record, but if there are any further problems, do let me know.
I will. Thank you very much. And just to reach and shake your hand, like I'm very, very grateful. Very grateful indeed. And then she'll just sort of sort of open the door again really quickly to see if anybody's listening, and then just sort of hobble out. Just like, no, right.
Was anyone listening?
It's Florence. It's not really important information.
Wow.
Wow.
True, but wow.
Wow. All right. Who's next in the queue?
I'm gonna wait till last.
I was gonna wait till last.
Yeah, Nate's just gonna go.
Yeah. So Nate's it. I guess we'll have a pushing match to see who goes next.
All right, yeah.
You should queue properly.
Nate just like closes the door slowly.
It was polite of you, given that I said you could come wherever you wished in the queue, to let Florence go first. I'm glad you still with us manners.
I'm trying. It's hard for me. I doubt she would have given up first place anyway. You know, tradition and all that, and her.
True, there's also expertise in never fighting a losing battle, especially against someone who can kill a werewolf. Please sit.
Oh, well, thank you. So there's a couple of things I need to go over with you, but the text did suggest that you would be okay with blood.
Faris pulls over a glass, puts it in front of himself, flicks out a knife from seemingly nowhere, opens up the palm of his hand and just bleeds into it.
Nate's like face just blank. It's just looking at the blood because he's pretty hungry, I think, at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he'll be pretty disgusted though when he leaves the room. But yeah.
So
would you like some wine with that?
No, thank you. Thank you. And I think he's just gonna just gulp it down. Okay. So there's okay. I'm just gonna say from the start. Okay. So Bradley has something important to me. I think you're aware of, and I only have a week to do something about it. And I've been trying to get the other two to budge and help me, but they seem kind of stuck in the mud, and they don't really understand the importance of it.
Who is this person to you?
Her name is Renala. We work together on a lot of projects, but she's more so family to me. She's kind of the only thing I have before you know. And I had sent her away from the city to get her out. I tried to be proactive, but the people I sent her with ended up being Bradley's people. I'm not completely I do have a solution, and with it, he's gonna take out the scorpion syringe that he has. He's gonna put it forward. It's like I managed to obtain this from someone. They said it's very, very good for the removal of people. Just an option. I don't know if I was going to use it, but it's an option.
It kills people.
Yes.
Well, so do a lot of things. What's special about this?
This can be ingested in a lot of ways. Doesn't have to be. If we put it in the right thing and he fed on that thing, then.
Who are you planning on killing?
It's just an option. Bubbles. I had some favors with him, and he gave me this in return. I didn't openly ask for this. He just gave it to me. Nate's gonna lie with the fact that he didn't openly ask about it.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting roll-off. Manipulation, subterfuge, Nate, and wits.
It's okay. I won't take him at his word, but I'm just going to take everything he's saying right now with a pinch of salt, because he's obviously in a bit of a panicky mood right now. So,
okay,
Faris is just going to take everything with a pinch of salt.
I think he's going to take another little gulp of the drink, and then he's going to be like, she's important to me, and she's kind of the one thing that's kind of kept me grounded. And Florence in particular has been very against doing anything, and it's kind of hard to trust her when I'm putting a lot on the line for her, and she won't help out in reverse. But that's not the only thing. I had a run-in. You remember the Stonehenge area?
Yes.
Well, something about that didn't like sit well with me, and I've been doing a lot of like research and a lot of looking into it. Nothing that's like taken away from like the missions or anything, but I've just been kind of looking into it on my own time, and it shouldn't be where it is. It's not supposed to be there. And I went there, and I had a run-in with a I guess you could say creature. And he seemed to know about I don't know if it was a he or it. I don't know. He seemed to know about the barrier, and he said that the barrier was dangerous, and that it was going to come down, and if it came down, it would damage a lot of people in a very bad way, or we could help it come down and avoid those consequences. And he's looking for people. For I don't know who he's looking for. He didn't say name, but he gave me. And I think Nate's gonna like show the feather. He gave me this feather, and apparently, if they see such a feather, they will remember. I don't know. No one so far has reacted. I don't know if I should tell Florence or Loki about it, because I don't. I just thought I should bring you the information first.
Faris, it is a raven's feather on a necklace.
Nate, your coterie are the people you should be able to trust. Florence obviously cares very deeply about people, human people.
Yes.
She probably wants more than anything to be human again. I think she would understand if you leveled with her.
You see, I thought so, but I don't mean to contradict you, but she seems very abrasive to me, and I have been trying. I swear, I've been trying. Like everything you've been telling me, I've been trying.
Well, she can be a little bit abrasive at times. We all have people we find a bit abrasive. It does not mean they're sometimes correct.
Yeah, you're of course. Yeah, of course you're right. Yeah.
You have two choices. One is you could accept that Brenala is out of your hands, and you can move on with your life and possibly into your unlife. And the other is you can enlist the help of your coterie, and you can try and see what you can do. One way would be to bring down the barrier, for which I'm pretty sure would be all relatively grateful, though I have a few things I would like to do before that happens. The other one is I could reach out and see who I know on the outside who could help. However, resources outside the barrier are relatively limited.
Yeah, and I get that. That's why I was kind of thankful she was outside the barrier. But you see, in less than at the end of the week, she's going to be inside the barrier, meeting Bradley.
Bradley's going to bring her in here.
Yeah, and he has plans to meet with her, and I presume it's because of us. And that time at the bar.
That does change things, doesn't it? Considering that it was you who changed sides, you did me a solid. I think it's only fair I help you out on this one. If my plans for Alex turn out, Bradley might find himself with a fair amount less domain in the city. Now, if we time that right and he tries to meet with her on property that is no longer his and is mine, he can't do a thing about that. If he tries to take her away from my property, I can stop him. That all requires Alex to help out and have what I planned for her to go perfectly smoothly.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll find another way to try and free her from Bradley.
We will.
We'll see what can be done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So, Alex. Okay, good. Okay.
It does require making sure Alex survives to meet.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that bitch. She's good. You should have seen her. Yeah, one guy had a throat. He doesn't have a throat anymore. She good. Yeah, don't worry. She's powerful. Yeah, she just needs I think she just needs trust. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
She does sound quite the character.
Oh no, she is. She's scary. Swear to God. But she's no. If we get her, she's solid.
Well, make sure we do everything to get her.
Oh yeah, we will. Yeah. She kind of likes Florence, I guess, a little bit. We can nudge that friendship big, I think.
Well,
she seems to like Florence's tea. I don't know how you can, but she does.
If this all goes well, you might be lucky enough to get to meet the prince.
I saw him once. I still don't. Bradley tried explaining it, but it's the whole hierarchy thing's a little weird to me.
Did you ever study history?
Yeah. The whole study was not like
system.
Yeah.
You have a monarch who has lords, and each of those lords then owns a stretch of land, and everyone working that stretch of land belongs to the lord.
So was Angelica a lord?
What we call a primogen.
Oh. And
the head of Clan Toreador in the area belonging to the prince.
Oh. And are you the primogen now?
Not officially, not yet, but with Alex's help, that should be no problem.
Okay.
Bradley is the primogen for Ventru.
Okay. Yeah, that explains
And a complete bastard to go with it.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Don't worry. We'll make sure that Renala has the best chance we can give her.
Okay. And I am sorry about using your clothes. I just thought that, being your face and your hand, I didn't think, and I'm sorry.
You're not exactly my face and my hand yet. You've got a little bit more experience before you can be my hand. You're learning, though.
I am. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Of course, I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm listening. Like my ears are open. I swear to God. So you're okay. Alex is the key. So we'll okay. And will I tell Alex about the feather and stuff?
Tell your coterie how much you think you should. You should be able to trust your coterie, and if you cannot, there is something either very wrong with your coterie or something very wrong with you. I would hate for it to be the latter, and I'd also hate for it to be the former. So I hope very much that you can trust them.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need something more direct. Are you saying I should tell them, or...
Do you think you can trust your coterie?
Yeah, I do. I think Loki's very he gets stuff done, and I think with the right incentive, Florence could be
a
motivated.
wise person once told me that everything before the word "but" is pointless.
I can trust Loki. I think, yeah. Florence, yeah. If push came to shove, I suppose. If I appeal to her in the right way.
Well, considering that there is a barrier apparently going to come down and a lot of people are going to get very hurt, political infighting is going to go relatively quickly as soon as I get Alex to meet the prince. I think push has come to shove.
Okay, I'll tell him. Okay.
Thank you, Nate.
No. Thank you. And the glass was nice. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Do you need to feed, or do you need to just taste full blood vampire blood?
It's just a taste as far as I know.
Yeah? Okay. We'll just go by that then. It's not important then. Cool. Is that the end of the conversation, or do you, like...
Nate will kind of linger and be like, so, like, you're only interested in, like, Alex's skills, right? Like, she's important to us, but, you know, yeah?
I'm sorry. What exactly are you asking?
Like, Alex is important because of her skills, right? It just, I don't, right?
Your skills?
The blood pond stuff?
Oh, of course. It's very important. She's a great asset to us.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah.
She also has some absolutely marvelous tattoos.
Tattoos.
Have you not noticed?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't really look at it. Yeah. Tattoos aren't, yeah, I guess.
Okay. I realize this is something a little bit different. You aren't used to how Clan Toreador operate. The Toreador way of seeing things is to admire beauty in all its forms. Even someone like Loki, there is something, although it may be perverse, something at least beautiful about how horrible he looks.
I choose to find the beauty in his skill rather than his lack of a face.
Sure.
Yes.
There is beauty in how much Florence cares for her kin.
And is that why you were told to pick me? Because of beauty?
I have no idea why I was told to pick you. But I can certainly say you've turned out to be far more interesting than I would have thought.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Like, there's a lot to me that people don't. Like, you have to dig deep.
There's time for that.
Okay, I'm sure Loki's like waiting. But like you have my number, and if you need to reach me, and I'll definitely fill you in on everything.
I'll make sure to fill you in should anything arise.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. And just so we're clear, the tailor that's off limits now. Like Nate is like backing towards the door as he like utters those words.
You shouldn't take liberties with someone else's expenses unless you wish to incur their wrath.
100%. Yeah, okay. But if I did need those assets, could I?
In pursuit of my best interests, then do what you think is necessary, and then I will let you know if it's in my best interests and whether I'm pleased or not. Loki pursued Alex in my best interests without me asking.
Well, I get that. I 100% respect Loki and his decision. I'm just saying that Loki wasn't alone in that, and I did like, and Nate's gonna like show off like a scar. Like I did take like I was the last line of defense. I'm not doubting Loki's ability. I'm just saying that like it wasn't a solo effort. It was I get 100% I get you, but I just I didn't do nothing. You know, I was there.
Well, thank you very much for your efforts as well, Nate. Should Alex turn out to be all that she promises, I'm sure that the reward will be for everyone. Your coterie either pleases me or displeases me. I would prefer to reward you all as a group. It feels much more fair.
Yeah, I don't think Florence likes favorites, to be honest.
Understandable. It makes it harder to have everyone operating cohesively if people are being singled out. You understand why I can't show you too much favor?
Oh, yeah. 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 Let me. Yeah. I got that. I was just asking. Yeah. Basically, okay. I think Loki did have something important to tell you, but
Sure,
Yeah,
send Loki in then.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. This has been good. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you know how things gonna. He's just gonna ramble. I feel like leaves.
While they discuss at the door, can I go for a quick leak? Just
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you starting to pick up on Florence's speech habits a bit?
Yeah, right. He's
Florence
like,
is-
like jealousy, and also the fact that like Faris can like trick Nate into thinking he cares.
Being a Malkavian
Daddy, I
is
don't understand
infectious.
it, but I was your favorite. What? But why?
I think when Nate comes out, he's gonna glare at Alex's tattoos. Not really intentionally, just like. Was it this camera? Here we go.
Just gotta wave at it.
Something wrong, Nate?
No, it's like I'm seeing you in a whole new light. You know, your tattoos are interesting. Is that a kind of a mark of honor? You know, for the rollerblade society, like, is that like a culture thing? Like gangsters?
A
you know,
lot
they,
of the
like,
girls have
brand
tattoos.
themselves?
Yes, but I got these before I came to this place.
I think it's like a rebellious symbol against father figures in general. So
That is very much of a leap.
I'm talking in general. I'm not saying that that's specifically why you have yours, although
No, all of mine have a story.
I once cosplayed someone who was going out with the sister of a roller derby person. So I kind of know a little bit about the culture.
Really?
It's gonna, like, totally bluff a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of nice seeing you guys in action.
So you know the names of the roles of roller derby?
Well, I know some like if you were to pose, I would definitely know if that was a pose that you would do. It's a violent sport, though.
Right.
It kind of explains how you're so strong, right?
It helps. Although I wouldn't attribute my training in roller derby to how I am now.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying that, but you're pretty impressive.
kind of
Thank you.
badass.
But Loki,
What?
Mr. Faris wanted to see you. He's like Faris.
Okay. And I will walk in and close the door and take a moment to make sure that no one's listening at the door, or anyone is, you know. I'd like to paranoid, please, Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yep, paranoid for 20.
Wits awareness?
Yes, please. Is anyone going to be listening at the door?
No, but Nate is going to look at Alex's tattoos very intently. Not even sure what he's looking at, just like maybe even just looking at her, like her hair, and just kind of overanalyzing
Wow.
everything.
Okay, yeah.
As if trying to like the beauty, as if it like doesn't make sense to him.
Give me a wits awareness, Nate.
Okay.
Wow.
5 successes.
Nate's very jealous.
I mean, meta.
What does she have that I don't?
Describe some of the tattoos and then the burn mark, Ank.
Okay. The tattoos kind of tell a story. They start kind of at the upper shoulder area and move downward. Some of it feels very abstract. It's obviously open for interpretation. It's not like there's not like words or anything written. Part of it actually does show kind of the agility and speed of roller derby, but without expressly using roller derby as the example. Other parts have animals on them, different symbology depending on how Nate interprets things. I'm not really sure.
Is there a crow or a raven in any of
There
that?
are birds. There are birds.
Okay.
But the thing that you finally notice that I would say, given how he rolled, he would realize that's what he was probably talking about, is that she has a brand on her back, around her neck.
Okay. So you're wearing a jacket at the most, so I'd probably only see like the top of the brand, basically, kind of hint like.
Yeah, you see a brand in kind of a weird oval shape that then disappears below the neckline.
Okay.
I got 3 successes.
You got 3 successes. You don't notice anyone outside listening.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Fordville.
Would you like me to put down a tarp on the chair?
I'm fine standing, thank you, sir. I hope everything has gone well since our last meeting.
Vaudeville's going to stand up and mirror. It's been, what, a week?
Yeah.
It's been going acceptably. Nothing quite as interesting as your coterie.
Well, we apparently make things happen, so...
That's certainly one way of putting it.
Yes. I wanted to wait until after Florence and Nate came through so I could give my analysis on their situations as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the first most important thing is I have located a possible important location for Bradley. It's a construction site on the outskirts of town, and I'll give him the location.
Mm-hmm.
That his minions have been visiting frequency. I haven't managed to get round to investigating it yet, but if anything, it sounds like a good job for Florence.
Certainly. As I understand it, they're going to bring someone in from outside. If they brought them in, do you think they'd bring them in through there?
I instructed my people not to get too close, so they were shadowing from a distance. They wouldn't have investigated the site.
Okay. Whose domain is it, by the way, Josh?
Now, over there, it is definitely Bradley's domain.
Okay. Well, it's Bradley's domain, so I don't exactly have jurisdiction to go in there by myself, but if someone else were to wander in who was less than affiliated with me... Do you believe Florence is to be trusted?
I think she is sincere and honest and loyal, except for the fact that her final loyalty will always be to her kin.
Well, in that case, I do have a little job for you.
I thought you might. I do have some thoughts and suggestions myself on how to deal with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get my hands on a reasonably significant supply of explosives and hopefully possibly napalm. One of my thoughts is that if the Nosferatu are a specific problem, we could engage Florence to either sneak an explosive into their domain, seeing as she has access, or engage in a meeting with Mr. Gates to either assassinate him or his group.
If I were to know anything about this plan, that would mean that I was conspiring to kill other kindred, and what would amount to quite a massive masquerade breach. So obviously I don't know anything about this plan.
True.
Should it happen, I don't think that the loss of Gates is particularly a problem for me. The only issue would be, is that without Gates, Bradley becomes the predominant power. He'll probably make his move against the prince, and then he'll make his move against me, or vice versa. Ideally, we also have a way to get rid of Bradley. Now, the prince is not unfair. The prince and Bradley have their issues, even though both of them are of the same clan. Should good evidence of masquerade breaches by Bradley come to light, I'm sure that the prince will have no trouble in condemning Bradley.
Well, my thoughts on this would be that I would prepare the plan, but not execute it until such time as Bradley has been either neutralized or taken.
Well, in which case, I'm sure said plan sounds like a possibly not, were it to be the case, a quite reasonable idea.
Well, then I will possibly or possibly not start enacting it.
I'm sure you'll do what you think is best. What I was more concerned about is if at any point you believe that Florence has become compromised because of her connections with the Kine, make sure you take precautions.
I have already considered that possibility.
And that's why I trust you in that coterie to look out for our best interests.
Yes. I've had the same thoughts on Nate's predicament as well.
Yes. I've already tried to let Nate down and let him know that it's not exactly a foolproof idea, but I'm sure your coterie have proven themselves at least adept in situations like these.
Well, my thoughts were that it is going to be difficult until you've dealt with Bradley to procure or secure his friend, Nate's friend, which means that it may be a better option to keep Nate in pocket and loyal, to either, I assume, fully blood bond him or just take out the problem. It's easier to take her out than it is to rescue her, is my thought.
Well, I appreciate the practicalities of that plan. I don't really have any intention to blood bond someone and make them a slave to me without very good reason.
Granted.
That said, I'm sure you will do whatever is in our best interests. Now, Mr. Gates owes me a quite major boon. Although I understand that he also has issues with Alex. I do not plan at any point to hand Alex over. Alex is more valuable to me than that.
Yeah.
But if I were to request, in exchange for the major boon, that Mr. Gates provide me with information on how and when Bradley is contravening the Masquerade and breaking enough important points that the prince has no choice but to act, we would have the full force of Camarilla law enacting. Anyone who acts with me to take down such a horrific traitor to the Camarilla, someone who breaks law so brazenly, would, I'm sure, be honored by the Camarilla and would be favored.
Okay. I'll make preparations to move on Bradley then, if there's such a thing would come to light.
How is your relationship, or any of your other coterie members' relationship with Mr. Gates?
I'm semi-compromised. He has a few things on me, nothing completely to worry about, but...
So if I were to send one of your coterie, possibly you, to Mr. Gates to cash in my major boon, in exchange for him to hand over information that you bring back to me on Bradley?
Should work. He has employed me multiple times in the past for information gathering. We have an understanding, although he tends to be very forceful about his demands. I would also put forward that I'm willing to sacrifice it's minor, but sacrifice my boon in aid of this venture. As I presume would Nate as well.
Any minor boon you sacrifice in exchange for helping me by whatever happens between you and Mr. Gates, I will repay. Don't worry about that.
Well, it's my experience with Mr. Gates that anything I would do with my boon would be either negated or turned around against me. He has a habit of keeping me under his thumb to a certain extent.
think out of your coterie, I need to give you the least advice. You're capable of operating on your own. You understand the playing field. You understand the stakes. Is there anything I can help with? I do suggest you discuss this with your coterie, at least some of the details. That is Nate's boon that you are talking about.
Yeah. If it comes from you, he'll happily give it away.
If it comes from me, he'll swallow it hook, line, and sinker. I'd rather have him learn to think about things. And you to act as a coterie a little bit more coherently, rather than at cross purposes.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from that, I think, honestly, the most important issue, and I'm sure you don't need any input from me, is the correct execution of Alex, deciding how to use her.
I know exactly how to use one such as her. Do not worry.
Good.
Do you have any tips on how to handle her? You spent more time with her.
I will say that even without her talents as an alchemist, she would make a very good enforcer. For the rest of us, I have some skill with a gun. The other two can fight, but Alex is a proper... So anything from enforcing to wet work would be very appropriate for her.
It's good to know. I meant more, what approach would she be most likely to accept?
I didn't really get to know her that well, but I would say reasonably straightforward and honest.
Direct?
Direct. Aside from that, I can't really help you. She seems a bit prickly with me. I don't know why.
Might be the face.
Not much I can do about that, unfortunately.
Not everyone can appreciate such a work of art.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Loki. Should this all work out, I'll make sure you're all very well rewarded.
Appreciate it. And I'm just gonna turn around and leave.
Okay. And everyone, I'm assuming, is still at the club in the hallway.
Looks like you're up, Tats.
Don't call me that.
Sorry.
She walks in, closes the door, doesn't care if they're listening.
I'm just going to text Juliet to say, keep an eye on the door, make sure it gives some privacy.
Okay. So Florence, Loki, and Nate, you get delivered more drinks, more tea, more alcohol, whatever I've asked for. You get. But this time she stays and she kind of sits at a desk that's opposite Faris's door.
Florence is probably just going to wander off and find a dark corner and just kind of just plump herself down on the floor and just be like, oh, lovely cup of tea.
Yeah.
After a little bit, Nate's going to glare at this woman, and then he's going to try and get the two of them together to tell them.
Well, Loki's done his job. He's leaving.
Leaving?
It's a club. I have no interest in this is completely out of my realm of comfort. I'm basically
Actually, if Loki's leaving, Florence is going to be like, "Oh, you're off. Oh, I'll come with you then." It's a bit noisy in here, isn't it?
It's a bit everything. I'm heading back down into the.
I do like a nice knees up, but no. Not
I don't know what that means, but all
a
right.
knees up, dance. She's lifting up her skirts and doing a little kind of jig. And, I can dance, diggity-doo. Do the Charleston.
I think
Leaving now.
A group of youngsters walking past looking for the toilets stare at you.
Florence is totally doing the Charleston. She's just like, look at this, I can do the Charleston still. Check me out. Yes, I can still. Twinkle toes, they used to call me when I was a girl.
All right, bye.
One of them tries
Wait
to do
for
the
me.
Charleston.
No, it's all in the ankles, dude.
I think Nate will wait for Alex. Just to make see what she wants to do. If she wants to stay here, if she wants to come, he'll wait.
Yeah, in that
Plus,
case.
he also has to know to stay over when she comes out.
By the way, I'm not leaving. I'm leaving an alleyway, sewers, and hanging out down there, or just hanging out outside somewhere, not in the club.
Sure.
Florence will stick with you.
In that case, yes, Alex, as you say, you enter. Faris is there. Faris, roll me 1d10.
Okay. One.
Your hunger increases.
Okay. I'm going to use Sense the Unseen as she walks in.
Okay. Roll me Resolve plus Auspex. +1.
Level specs. +1.
2 successes. There is nothing going on with Alex.
Okay.
You do, however, realize that your Auspex ability is far more potent than it previously was.
Okay. Yeah. As Alex begins to walk in, Faris is going to take his jacket off and start unbuttoning his shirt. I was told you were good in a fight.
I can hold my own.
Do you fancy a sparring session?
Unexpected. Sure.
Faris strips off. He's going to still be wearing trousers. And he's just going to go over to the half of the room's just empty. Probably some big paintings on the wall and stuff. But other than around the fire, there's just an empty bit of room.
Okay. Yep.
She takes her jacket off and takes her heels off because fighting in heels is bullshit.
Fair.
Though they do make good hand-to-hand weapons.
That's true.
And you could lodge it in his head and he wouldn't even flinch. So,
Yep.
that's an option. Yeah, for this spar, how are you going to do it?
I would be pulling blows just before they hit to make sure there's touch but no actual impact. But Faris hasn't laid down exactly any ground rules. He wants to see what her approach is.
With the way that Alex tests things with her own team is that she slowly pushes and increases the limit as she gets to know the person she's fighting, or in this case, in roller derby, she's obviously seeing how much they can take before she actually unleashes, so to speak. But she's used to pulling her punches given her abilities and actually in derby with humans. So
Fair enough. So both of you are using Brawl. Okay, Strength Brawl -1 from the both of you. Because you said you were pulling your punches.
2.
2. Seems to be a relatively even matchup. You both probably get a hit in. Or neither. I don't know. What do you think happens?
I imagine it's probably that thing we both punch one way and the other and the hand just stops shy of each other's face so we get that simultaneous hit in.
yeah.
Okay. Let's do one more. If you're going to continue after this, I'm assuming Alex, you're doing the incremental increase thing that you mentioned.
Yeah. I don't know how long we had been fighting for, so.
Okay, and Faris, you're still pulling punches.
I'm going to pull out a pen or something with the cap on, and I'm going to treat it like a knife.
Okay. In that case, Alex, Strength plus Brawl, and Faris, that is
Strength melee?
Strength melee, yes.
Or dex melee if it's a...
For a pen, I'm going to say strength.
Okay. And
are
I'm
you
going
still
to
pulling punches?
trigger a couple of my low-level powers, like rapid reflexes, etc., while I'm fighting her.
Rapid reflexes? Yeah, that gives you a basically...
You can do like a small action. So I'll be like chucking the pen between hands to attack from different hands, I think.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to take one off of Alex's dice pool for that.
Because I just want to see if my other powers are randomly stronger around her.
-1.
-1 for you, yeah. And then Faris, that's just a normal strength dex.
4.
4 successes.
3.
3 successes. Faris, I mean, Alex, you notice that Faris is holding back. You see like little flourishes of speed that are almost too quick to see. Almost. But practice in this, and also he's using a pen, so clearly not taking you seriously. I don't know how Alex would feel about that, but yeah. Alex, do you pull your punch when you get one solid hit in?
No.
Faris, take 1 superficial damage.
Okay.
Yeah, what is this like one strong good hit?
I think that what she's used to doing is constantly pivoting around the people that she's maneuvering against. So she would actually probably turn and use her elbow to hit him right at the back of the head.
Okay, Faris, you stumble.
You are good.
Well, if you weren't holding back, maybe you would actually know if I were.
Okay, you sure you don't want me to hold back?
I guess we'll find out.
Got a knife in each hand suddenly.
Absolutely. All right. Again, Faris, how are you? Are you using any abilities?
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, Faris is, as she gets close, gonna run towards the nearest wall, and then he's gonna run up the wall and try and jump over her and then attack from the back.
Okay.
That's using traversal.
Yeah. So rouse check, and then I'm going to get you to do, I think, a Dex Athletics +1.
Wow. 1 success on 10 dice.
Yep.
Oh!
That is okay. I'm just gonna say that, like, you're trying to be fancy, but it really doesn't pay off. So Faris, you're gonna be at -2 to the Dex melee,
Okay, that makes sense.
and Alex, strength brawl again. Oh. I keep forgetting we don't
Critical
have the
success with 5.
I keep on forgetting that we don't have the things on screen. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Faris got a 1
Yeah.
on the athletics.
On 10 dice, yeah,
On 10
it was
dice.
brutal.
On the brawl roll, Alex got 5 successes with a critical hit. Faris, Dex melee, -2, got 3 successes. 5 versus 3. Alex. Faris disappears, but I think you see his foot slip on the wall, and like that's all you see is just a footprint on the wall and then you whip around. And do you pull your punch again?
No.
2 superficial damage, Faris.
Okay.
Faris, you, despite your blunder, you understand your own body enough that was you. That was your mistake. Trying to be too showy. You're too showy. But you felt faster.
Okay. Let's see how fast you are with this. I'm gonna fling the throwing knife at her, and I'm gonna try and have it land blunt end into her. But I'm also gonna use unerring aim.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to say that is dexterity, athletics, plus your celerity dice, +1.
Okay. So pass a rouse check.
Mm-hmm. You don't go up in hunger.
Dexterity, +1 plus celerity.
The beast is enjoying this.
9 critical hit.
Okay, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, what was it?
What I was throwing?
No, what did Faris say before throwing?
Oh, well, let's see how fast you are with this.
Do I get a dodge?
You can dodge if you want. Or
With
you
unerring
can-
aim, you are treated at dodging at 1 unless you have celerity 4, I think.
I have a specialty in dodging. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, you used unerring aim. Okay, in this instance, I'm afraid you don't get a dodge. Because at the moment, Faris is using an ability. So, 1 success would have hit, I believe, with unerring aim, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's 8 successes.
Sorry. I think you're not counting the crits.
Am I not?
So Alex should have done 2 more, and this would have been because that's
That's
9
true.
successes, and then the crits 11, and then it was 5 successes with a crit, which makes it 7, right?
Hmm?
I critically hit.
Or does it? Does
it
count?
automatically adds the crits onto the success number in this.
Because it didn't used to, did it?
At one point it didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But in this it adds them on. So
Okay.
fortunately 9's where it caps in this instance.
Okay, cool.
All right. Oh, Faris, you didn't get. You should be at 2 total damage because I forgot to halve it. Anyway. Yeah, Alex. You get hit really, really, really hard. Like an instant after Faris says that, in the middle of the head with a handle of a throwing knife.
I probably wouldn't hit her in the head because that's like a front to the face. Like I'd probably just like hit her in the center torso.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Somewhere fleshy that it wouldn't hurt as much.
I'm gonna say, do you have vampiric resilience?
I do, yeah.
Okay, then in that case, you only take 4 superficial damage.
Only.
Only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Faris, you feel faster. Alex, you got hit with throwing knife. What happens next?
Still holding back.
Not quite with that one. You're very good.
I have a lot of practice.
Just roller derby?
And other things.
Well, would you like to talk or would you like some more practice? I don't think you need any.
We can talk.
Would you like a drink?
Sure.
What would you like?
What are you offering?
Well, if you're into something a little bit more exotic, I can have someone from downstairs sent up.
Sure.
Do you have a particular preference? Blonde, brunette, redhead?
Surprise me.
Faris goes over to the glasses. He's going to get out a glass. He's going to get one of his throwing knives. And he's going to cut open his palm again. He's going to bleed into the glass. I'm going to mark a point of hunger.
Yep, okay. Alex, do you take the glass?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm assuming you drink?
Yep.
Are you at more than hunger 1?
Nope.
Okay. May I suggest you heal that superficial damage, so this will do you some good.
Yes. I would like to do that.
Okay. It's one rouse check per superficial damage.
Okay, that was a hunger gain.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's up to you how far you go with that.
And I'll probably also text Juliet to have like some blood sent up.
Okay, yeah.
And I will do similar.
Okay. I just did 2. That's fine.
Okay. And yeah. Your wounds heal very easily. And then I'm assuming you drink the glass of Faris's blood.
Yeah.
Okay, you are now at hunger 1.
Cool. How generous of you.
Tastes good. And due to your thin blood nature and the potence of this blood, tastes real good. Different, not as emotional or whatever you assume to be the power that you sometimes draw from mortal blood, but there's some cool stuff in there. You just don't know quite what it is. There's a mingling in there, and I am going to roll to see what you get.
Does Juliet bring the blood up, by the way?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
You definitely hear some like Nate like protesting. Wait. Like Alex is like, I don't think you should be like going in there. Like, are you sure that she's okay in there?
If she wasn't okay in there, then wouldn't be your problem to fix. Excuse me. I have a delivery for Mr.
Jeez, I just double checking. Like, okay, fine, whatever.
I have not heard of any problems.
Thank you, Juliet. If you could keep watching the door.
Absolutely, sir.
Faris is going to drink a load and then pour out a couple more glasses. Just like little like half glasses, like sipping.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex, you lose any abilities that you didn't have before as a discipline affinity, and you gain. Let's roll a d10 to see how much, but you gain Auspex. And you gain 2 points of it. Something very strong happening in this blood at the moment.
You want me to roll the 1d10?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have 2 points in Auspex.
Okay.
And that is... It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
And then 2 people arrive. Faris, what hunger are you at?
I was at 4.
You were at 4. Okay, just quickly roll me a little willpower check.
Oh, okay. Wait, that rolled 1 dice?
You should be rolling 4.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, they weren't filled in. Okay.
One. I grab it and like, ah!
Yep.
Okay.
Fortunately, there's only one person brought up, but like, this person does not look in a good way, Alex, after Faris savages them. But they were very pretty.
She doesn't say anything. She just observes. Considering earlier that night she ripped somebody's throat out, it doesn't really bother her.
Okay.
Make sure to send them downstairs and give them a few extra drinks on the house.
Yeah, Juliet drags this person out.
So, firstly, I don't mean to pry, but if we're going to get in bed together, we need to at least be completely honest about everything. I noticed you have a brand.
I do have a brand. My skills got me into a bit of trouble.
Ah. Who did they get into trouble with?
The Camarilla.
May I have a look at the brand?
Sure. She just kind of pulls her hair out of the way.
Faris is going to have like a close look. Definitely a hands-on look.
Okay. When you look, I'm assuming in the center of your back at the top?
Yeah, right by where the neck, like that spine area.
Mm-hmm.
It would have hurt like a bitch.
Oh, yeah. You probably still remember the pain of a burning poker being shoved onto your skin. And Faris, you see the mark of a blackened ankh on her skin.
That means... What does that mean again? Oh, would Faris not know? Okay.
I think Faris... What have you
I
got?
know it's
you
a
have
thing,
one
I think...
dot in politics, so let's say yes, you do know. Fortunately for that one dot, you do know. This is basically a... It depends on who did it, what for, but it's not a good mark. It's not a mark of ownership, or it can be a mark of ownership. It can be a mark of banishment. It can be a mark of just like a black mark on someone and their character and their dealings with Camarilla.
What did they say you did?
You know, blood bond breaking, meddling, pissing the wrong people off. I happen to be good at that.
I know the feeling. Well, is it someone in the city?
Do I know if they're still in the city?
You probably haven't seen them for a while, but you can assume that they're here. They hang around a lot.
Somewhere. Probably trying to keep an eye on me.
I can see why. Someone I should be aware of?
I don't know. One day I woke up and, you know, faced the wrath of some really pissed off people. Lots of questioning, a lot of me not participating or answering.
Was it the unfriendly kind of questioning with the whole pokers and fire and cutting?
Yeah, I'm resilient though, so minus,
Tell.
you know, the permanency of one of them.
Yes, deep fire has a way of doing that.
Yeah, creates some really good memories.
So, Mr. Gates wants you for your skills?
Appears that way. Not the first, but yeah, I'm usually pretty good about avoiding people. I'm still convinced that Loki and that group is the ones who led them to me, but
They can be... They can be a double-edged sword sometimes. But they mean well.
and you trust them.
I trust them as much as I trust a double-edged sword. Hold it at arm's length. Point it at the other guy.
Uh-huh.
But, as I said, they mean well. Nate is learning. Florence is predictable. Loki understands where the winds are blowing.
Okay.
But what do you want? I know what each of them want. Loki wants information, Nate wants power, Florence wants to be human again.
Well, I want to find out who turned me, because I still don't know. And what I do with that particular individual is my business.
Well, I can help you with everything up until that. That part could be the camera have these pesky rules.
What do you mean?
The person who turned you is most likely a full-blooded vampire. Killing other kindred without the prince's permission in the Camarilla is a little bit more than frowned upon.
I never implied killing.
Well, my. You are a quick learner. There is nothing expressly in the Masquerade about eye gouging, removing limbs, stabbing, branding.
Mm-hmm.
There's only the part about killing.
Right?
The prince might frown upon it, but if the person is someone that the prince favors, and the other person that is being gouged is someone the prince less favors, doesn't tend to be an issue.
Right.
And of course, if I was to do the sales pitch, I'd say that it helps to have powerful friends, yada, yada, yada.
I can see that.
You're a smart girl. You can make your own choices. Is there anything I can fill you in on that would help? If you want to know about Toreador, if you want to know about the Camarilla, the clans in this city.
Well, I'm under the impression the Nosferatu are primarily dominant in the city, based on what Loki was saying.
The coterie has a unique connection to the Nosferatu. Investigates has certainly cornered the market on intelligence gathering. It's true. They fared better than most when the crackdown came because they tend to hide. There are more of them. I'm not sure if I would say they're predominant in the city, but
Right.
there's also Bradley Grimwald.
Clans are interesting, but I'm more curious as to what exactly you want with me.
Well, I know someone who desperately needs a blood bond broken. If you can break their blood bond, I get elevated to a position of power on the council. I can protect the coterie that I've already said I would protect. I can take down at least one person who is, how do I say, a less savory individual who is a complete and utter bastard.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So other than the blood bond, that's it? Seems like not that much work.
Well, I'd like to keep you around. You're certainly a handy individual. And although Nate wants to be a Toreador, he's got more of the classic Toreador sensibilities about him than I do.
Interesting. Good to know.
Some of us have also done things that are somewhat frowned upon by certain sections of the Camarilla. Some of us have been lucky enough not to get caught.
I mean, it's not a secret that I'm not a fan of them.
Well, right now there's not very many of the Camarilla in the city. There's a prince. There's Bradley, the primogen of the Vantru. There's myself, although I'm not exactly on the council. And at some point, should I rise to the section of the council, then I can have a bit more influence. And then should the prince end up somewhere else, perhaps we can change things.
Is that what you want, to be prince?
I'm not exactly certain. I've not had free reign for very long.
Okay.
There is something more insidious than torture for making you do what your captors want.
Such as?
You're an alchemist. I thought you would know. The power of the blood.
Oh, I know.
Drinking someone else's blood can be a very potent experience.
Yes, that's very true.
Faris has like a 1,000-yard stare for a moment and then flicks back to reality. I do not wish to use that. I do not wish anyone to have to suffer that. There are certain changes I would like to make, yes.
Let me guess. The people who help you get there will benefit from it.
Pretty much the normal.
Mm-hmm.
But by sheer dint of necessity, anyone who gets into power needs people who can support them.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you really want, though?
Other than the whole who made me this way thing?
Something more tangible. I can always try and help with that.
I'm not really sure anymore. I thought I wanted to just survive, but I figured that out. So the next thing is to figure out where I end up after all of this. Can't very well just keep being on my own, I guess. Seems people keep finding me.
Well, like I said, you have my hospitality. You can stay at any of my domains. I'll try and have you protected as best I can. There are a lot of powerful men in this city that want to control people.
I noticed.
I hope I go about it somewhat differently.
What, friendship?
It's better than enforced servitude.
Friendship is,
Cliche?
at best.
Maybe not friendship. It's hard to be friends with someone as fresh as Nate, or as human as Florence.
And Loki.
Loki, I still haven't got exactly pinned down. He doesn't seem to be particularly endeared to the rest of the Nosferatu in the city. And yet, he is half Nosferatu.
True. He seems to be at least loyal to you.
Which I'm somewhat surprised about. but nonetheless grateful for. The entire coterie have done, in part, as individuals each, quite leaps to be friendly with me. Florence freed me. Nate turned his back on a more powerful bastard. And Loki's been quite indispensable with the information he provides. And now they come to me with you, saying you can be of help to me as well. And if you wish to be indispensable to me, then fine. I'll be very grateful for that. But you need to understand what you're getting into.
Well, if your motivations are as you say they are, then I suppose that's it. Unless there's something else that you're not telling me.
Well, there's a lot I'm not telling you. Nothing I think that's relevant.
Fair.
I don't have any plans to take on the prince anytime soon. If I were to be honest, I'm not as experienced as some people would want to be in my position. I've had my freedom for a handful of months. I've had experience with other forms before that, but not leading a clan. So I have no want to put myself in the firing line to become prince without learning a few things first. Getting rid of the other bastards in the city, fine.
Wouldn't another take their place?
Surprisingly, there are actually relatively few bastards now.
How many more to go?
Well, the Nosferatu are more than a few. I don't have a major issue with them, except for the fact that they have an issue with you. Bradley, as far as I'm aware, is the only Vantru with any status who isn't actually the prince. Once he's gone, that entire section crumbles away. And he does threaten people. He does corral people like cattle and use them to manipulate others. Your coterie can tell you more about that if you want someone who's a little bit less biased than I am.
I'll ask if I'm curious.
As far as I'm aware, Florence and Loki have left. Would you wish to stay the night here, or would you wish somewhere else?
Well, I can't go back home, and I am not sleeping in a sewer, so it was either a hotel or somewhere else.
If you wish to stay the night with me, I have a room above.
Sure. Why not?
I look forward to sparring with you.
As do I.
And
Fade to black.
we fade to black on that scene.
I knew it.
Nate,
Poor Nate.
I'm assuming you leave at some point.
Yeah, I was. Oh, are you talking to Nate or?
Yeah, I'm
us in
talking to
general?
Nate. You wait.
Yeah, he'd wait for Alex and.
Oh,
Nate
you probably receive a message through Juliet at some point saying, Faris, thank you very much for sticking around, but has no more need of your services tonight.
Nate like snatch it from her hand. So he's like, fine, goodbye. Like storm out.
Marvelous. All right. Well, on that, and before we move on to the next section where we discover exactly what's going on with Faris's beast, I think it's time to take a quick break because Florence is sleepy. So when we return, we will be sans fuzzy, but what will Florence be doing in the intervening time?
Plotting. badly. Just you know.
You could go research the book a bit more in my...
Oh, that's also a good idea. Yeah, I completely forgot
Okay,
about that. Yeah.
I'm going to write that down for you.
Yeah.
Florence
Oh, thank you.
Goes to research the book.
Probably also quietly worrying about what she's going to do about her daughter and whether she's going to, like, you know, I've got to write a letter of some sort of letter of recommendation that doesn't give away shit, etc.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, cross out. My product, cross out. My person I know is...
Cross out. You don't know me. Yeah. What's your name? You don't know me, but I think I can... No.
You don't know me, but I've watched through your window for the last few years, and...
I've been watching you for your entire life. No, too creepy.
Profile on LinkedIn, and you seem perfect for this job. That's one, right?
Florence doesn't know what LinkedIn is, though, so, you know.
Hello, welcome back, delicious friends. Sans fuzzy, because she was sleepy. However, we do still have everyone else here. And they are going to have to put plans into motion. Because I'm going to assume that that was the night for you all. So I'd like you to make rouse checks, each and every one of you.
I should have got something to eat at Faris's. Dicks.
Always gets when you...
Oh God, you suck! Why am I the one who
That's like literally the definition of what we do.
Everyone but Loki is fine for waking up the next morning. Or night. That one always gets me. Okay. Who would like to begin, and how?
I've got work to do, I think, at this point. So yeah. I would like to go and visit. Oh God, I've got loads of people to go and visit. I'd like to go and visit my homeless network, and I'll pop in on Bubbles via that.
Okay. Yeah. It's relatively easy to find a member of your network. And what are you asking?
So I need you to pass the word around, pull everyone off the current detail. Any information gathered, report to me. I assume you've told me everything that we're going to find out, so I need you looking. I want eyes on, and I'm going to give the main building, because we know where the main building where Bradley used to bring Nate to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want eyes on that building, and I want eyes on the construction site.
What are we looking for?
Just compile information. Anything that seems important.
Anything. Okay.
Like, if people go in there, if people drag people in there, you might see, disturbing scenes of violence. Who knows? It could be anything.
Oh, yeah, well, wouldn't be the first time. So, sure. We getting paid this time?
You got paid last time. No, I gave you half last time. So. Tell you what, I'll give you... When I get the information that you've compiled from your observations of the last job, I'll pay you for both together. How's that sound?
It sounds pretty sweet.
Right? Think of all those bottles of whatever the hell you drink.
What I drink doesn't come in a bottle.
Of course.
Okay. Fine. Pay for both.
When I get the information you've already gathered.
Okay.
So, send the word around, pull people back, put people back out. get running, and money will flow.
Perfect. Well,
Brilliant.
there's that one place, that construction site.
Yep.
There are also a couple of other places, but like they didn't visit them very often.
Okay.
One of them went to this bar called Brass Monkey.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not busy there. Who's in there?
Could be anyone. Probably people wanting a drink, right?
What, in the bar? No, the town hall, the place where you told us to look for last time.
All right. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
whatever.
I do know, but
Right. Sure. Whatever. We'll tell you when we can.
I'm gonna give them a description of Bradley.
Okay.
Just
Might have seen him.
Yeah.
Think I've seen him round the castle area a couple of times.
castle. Okay. Just put the word out. Keep an eye around for him.
Sure.
Like to know where he goes, if he goes, etc.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. Was that the information that they compiled that they gave me?
That's the information that they compiled.
Fucking assholes. Okay, I'll pay them.
And they will sit around outside of the construction site and the town hall.
This is why you get proper dots in some of your contacts, because otherwise you get these useless assholes who don't do much work.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is.
Take away, I think, a point of your resources for the month, I think it is.
Yeah. I assumed that first point I took away at the beginning of Loki's existence, as it were, but that would have
That will be back by this point, yes.
So I'm on -1 again.
As in total, or?
No, as in like -1 to my 2.
Oh, right, okay. Because you can burn a permanent dot to,
Yeah.
pay extra, just so you know, if you really want to, if you really need it.
Oh god damn it, I've got so much to do. For God's sake, Faris, what the fuck?
Hey man, you said you wanted to be useful.
I've been useful this entire time.
Put it this way: when you go to not through the guy, name Gates. There we go.
Gates, yeah.
And start exchanging the major boon and stuff. Things are gonna hit the fan relatively fast, I think. So,
Well, oh god, I've got to do that too. Okay.
Does anyone meet up? I think that's the other question I wanted to ask.
I can confirm that Faris and Alex are meeting up a lot right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
In any other sense of the word.
Oh no, sexually, like.
No, I understood that. I got that. Please stop.
I think she probably would have made a comment about not holding back this time.
Oh.
And you can get it done pretty quick because you've got like celerity 4 or something.
I've also got fortitude though, so
It's like a paint mixer.
that's not a.
Marvelous.
You're welcome. Anyway, Loki is doing important things, for fuck's sake.
Nate,
How dare you? This is very important.
Oh yeah. This is interesting, important details. I want to know, Nate, did you go back to your apartment?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
he'd be very like tail between his legs, gonna reanalyze everything and see what way he can scramble for power back in his apartment.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah. And Nate, do you try and meet up with anyone that night or this night?
I think he would encourage his
Your
was a
friends?
posse? Is that what he calls
Oh, your herd
Yes.
members.
I think he would suggest to them to hang out at Ferris's club that night if they like, or maybe like sometime this week, just to, like see if anything was going down or anything.
Okay. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely a thing they will do. How do you bring this up to them? Like, this is a cool new club sort of thing?
Yeah, he's going to say that he went there. It had like some cool little balconies that he really liked. Could be interested to rent out maybe for future shoot for his comeback. Maybe they should go check it out sometime. The drinks were pretty nice.
All right, cool. Very cool. Alex, do you stay at Faris's or do you go off to do your own thing?
I probably leave after a point and go to get alchemy supplies. Because right now I've got the one left with me.
Yeah.
And I probably go to my herd and start working on 2 more.
Yeah. If you go, Faris will like offer to have someone go with you because apparently you're really wanted right now, as far as Faris got the impression. So
Gosh.
Oh, we do have. Oh no, other Alex left, didn't he? Because he was confusing.
Other Alex he's busy right now doing stupid things.
actually turns out he's been Russian all along and his actual name is Alexei.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Oh, maybe
Look,
if he's available, like Nate might contact him.
I'm just saying we haven't had time for that plot twist.
Oh god, don't bring Marco back. It would just be the worst.
I'm trying to decide if Alex would find that insulting or not.
If you pause, like, first be like, I mean it in a fully practical way. You can definitely take care of yourself, but against a number of people who take you by surprise, there's only so much you can do. I can
That's fair.
definitely confirm you can handle yourself.
Okay. I will take your offer then.
Would you like me to send Juliet with you, or would you like me to go with you? Or one of your coterie if you'd be more comfortable.
You can come with.
I already did.
You can join me on my adventure.
I would be honored. Faris goes with.
Sure. Yeah. I guess, Alex, what does it look like when you go to your herd and you extract what you need, and where do you acquire your alchemical parts? What's that story look like?
So the herd thing would be last because she needs to go get a dagger now. She's got to go get a bunch of stuff that she left behind at her place.
You did include like a list of like a few things she could get, right? So
Yeah.
she might have bought some of that already.
Yeah. I think the dagger specifically is more personal for her, so she probably picked that out. But other than that, it's just like, again, she's got literally 2 things of clothing. Well, 3. She's got her derby gear, which is fucked because there was a stake put through her. And then her dress and her like workout clothes, essentially, like just jogging pants basically. And so she would have to go and do a bunch of stuff to like just get something that she can wear. But that's just basic stuff. So as they're out, she would just grab her necessities and things like that. As for alchemy, I think she's, as far as like general ingredients goes, or rather supplies, she would let Juliet get like the glass and the flasks and all those things, but she'd probably go and find wherever she would normally have gone for others, like herbal supplies and things like that she would use as part of the formulas that she has.
Yeah, I think at this time of night there would probably be a few herbal remedy shops of still open, just like
Right.
very musty smelling and all sorts of weird dried things in bottles. Like placebo stuff. But for you, genuinely useful.
Yes. Then as far as the herd goes, she has a few people that she would go to that are relevant to the formula that she's going to be making. I think she would also just check up on them to see if there's any of them missing, especially given what happened the other night, and just kind of get their well-being. Because as much as she, needs to take care of herself, like this is all she has left from her life.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, in that case, do me a quick charisma leadership roll.
Okay.
Hey, it's a leadership role. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
One success.
One success. You ascertain that they all seem to have survived the shooting. They're all pretty shook up about that incident, but they all seem to be fine, if confused. However, you're not able to cause any specific emotions in them.
Yeah.
Which,
okay,
at the moment, is going to be a problem for your alchemy. But
okay.
Not impossible to do something with what you've got.
Right. Yeah, it would just be getting, basically, it's almost like getting donor blood at that point, because she's not consuming it right off the bat. She has to prepare it and distill everything and all that, so.
Yeah, okay. Sure. They seem relatively willing. Do you have anything you do when you ask them to donate blood? Is it just like, for the victims of the thing the other night or something?
Yeah, she'd probably come up with some kind of general story. Maybe mention a couple of the players that got hurt because they're fans of the Derby and things like that. So
totally.
Kind of play off of their sympathies for that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're very willing to donate blood, and you can pretty quickly and easily bag up a couple of pints.
Awesome.
And I think just by tasting it, you would be able to tell that. How many dots in herd do you have? And how many dots would you like to use?
I only have the one because I couldn't increase it more.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a lie. I have 3.
Oh, you have 3. Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
I forgot about that.
Herd.
Yeah. Hey, she's famous amongst the people who know what roller derby is, okay?
Cool.
Faris has no idea what roll derby is.
No.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah. I will use 2.
You will use 2. Okay, let's roll another d10. See what you get. Nice. This is strong stuff. They're clearly very worried about the roller derby team, and to that end, the resonance of
I'm so worried about the roller derby team.
It's the perfect thing to bring into a vampire game because it's just the weirdest randomness.
These are high stakes, okay?
Very.
It's important.
Have you seen how violent they get? They get very violent.
I have never seen people who are so lovely and nice go from that to immediately incredibly vicious. It's worse than netball by like a magnitude.
It's great.
Damn it, I can't find the thing with the thing. There it is. Whoop. You have 3 dots. So choose a resonance, I think, basically. I can't remember which one you need.
For far reach, I don't have it open. It's on page 284, if that helps at all.
Okay, yeah, I'll look that up. But yeah, you can both of that resonance.
Unless you will allow me to experiment.
I will allow you to experiment. Absolutely.
Because that's something Alex does. That's how she found out what she could do.
Totally.
Accident.
All right. So you want 1 in choleric. You get 1 choleric and
Okay.
1. I'm just going to roll a d10 for this. 1 that is phlegmatic. Wait, no, sanguine, sorry. So yeah, you have 2 usable amounts of blood for your alchemy. Faris, I'm sure you find this fascinating.
Faris finds it relatively fascinating.
Cool. Okay, Loki. You
Yes.
wanted to do some things, didn't you?
Yes, so I think the bubbles thing isn't important enough to do currently.
Hmm.
So the next thing would be I need to contact Mr. Gates and request an audience.
All right then. How'd you do that?
Did I have a way to contact him? I don't know whether we...
Not really.
I don't want to go out there. Oh, in my sewer haven,
Mm-hmm.
I have a phone.
You do.
Does it have his number on there?
It has a number on there.
Well, I know it has a number, but I know one of the numbers on there was for the like special
You're
bra.
like 99% sure that it's connected to Mr. Gates or someone
Okay, so I use that.
affiliated. Okay. You ring that phone number. And it rings. And it rings. And then you just hear the receiver picked up.
Hello?
Good evening.
This is really awkward. If you were to know Mr. Gates, could you please tell him that Loki needs an audience?
I can pass that message along.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You hear the
Hi.
receiver go down.
Okay, I'm gonna destroy that phone. like I'm gonna destroy that phone so hard.
Don't mind me, just making notes.
Yeah. Yep.
Is this going on the list of Loki destroyed phones?
That's a very long list. I'm not keeping that list.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more thing I need to do. I need to call. Oh God. I haven't spoken to him for ages, and I was supposed to go and meet him, which I never did because I got busy. I want to call Jack, Captain Jameson.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, you call him up as normal. He's like, oh my God. As I live and
Hey.
breathe.
Ah, me too, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, living and breathing as usual.
I forget what he calls you. I think he calls you James, doesn't he?
No, that's James Wayward. Loki was my call sign, so
Right, so he'll still call you Loki.
yeah. Except
Perfect.
for him, that's related to when I was in the army.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. You've been laying real low. What the fuck happened?
I know. I can't go into it, but I had to keep my head down for like weeks and months, and it all just. honestly. I know, I said I'd come and visit you, and I apologize. I would have called, but I figured,
Yeah?
you know...
Well, fortunately, I haven't been court-martialed yet.
Brilliant! Perfect,
Yeah.
'cause I've got a favor to ask.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah. So, you remember I asked you to get your hands on some... possibly a pistol, if you could, and then also ammunition?
I've actually got that ready. It's
Wonderful. Yes.
it's ready to go.
Perfect. I will be around to pick it up very soon. Can I add like a little something to the list?
Yeah, sure.
Explosives and or napalm.
He just laughs. Are you
would be great.
Are you kidding? Like, do you want a nuke as well? Like, what are you asking for here?
Let's have that as like a backup. I don't want to destroy everything.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
okay. Well, we'll just stick with like 500 pounds of TNT. How does that sound?
I mean, that might be a bit expensive for me, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe a bit less than that, like, you know.
Over it. Okay, cool. Well, look, what do you want? This is a real soft maybe.
Some Sentex would be great. Possibly napalm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
See, it's like C4 napalm, that kind of, you know. It'd be nice to set off an explosion that would then explode into a kind of massive fireball.
Right.
Yeah.
Massive fireball. Oh, I'll just grab you one of the bottles of napalm that I've got lying around.
You shouldn't keep those in bottles. You should keep them like secure in a crate or something.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you hear him like rattle like a plastic bottle, like, and shake it. Like, are you sure this thing shouldn't be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure this thing? It seems fine to me. Like, I needed to start a bonfire one time. So
Look. Okay. If this is too much for you, I can go to someone less sarcastic and give them my money. Okay. I come to you because you're a mate. Because we've got history and I trust you.
I honestly have never done that before. I'm not going to say no
Okay.
because I need the cash.
Yeah. I know.
So, I guess
Like,
I'll phone you when I can get it to you. If I can get it to you.
Look, just put extra on hazard pay, whatever.
It's going to be a ton of that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Be careful with it, yeah? I don't mean like with it, but be careful getting it.
As
Don't-
you're saying that last little bit that you just said, you hear him like the phone creak as if he's putting his hand over it. And then you hear some muffled talking. And then
A printer?
he comes, huh?
A printer? Sorry, I heard a printer in the background.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, there's printing going on. And then you hear shh.
Found it. We've got it here, right here.
Right here.
We're good.
That's it. Is that a honey bottle?
It's honey.
Oh, okay. Sure, whatever.
I've got two things of honey here, but you know, that's napalm. So.
You know, your recordings of videos, you just chunk down.
Yeah,
the
obviously,
honey,
like
why not?
you just drink honey while recording videos. What else?
Who doesn't?
I certainly do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he comes back on the phone. And he's like, "Yeah, I can get that for you. Yeah, sure. So what have you been up to lately?"
You know, usual stuff. Why?
catching up with an old friend. You know.
Uh-huh. Everything all right there?
Wits insight.
You sparked my paranoia. Oh, God.
Look, if you didn't want to be paranoid about everyone being your enemy...
You shouldn't have got yourself bitten?
Exactly. Oh, shit. 5 successes on 6 dice is very impressive. And it gets you this. In this instance, your paranoia is flaring up, but it seems like instead of you projecting it onto the tone in his voice, it's actually happening. You're very sure of that.
Okay. Were you saying Loki's paranoid or something?
No, I would never say that.
It's not paranoia if they're really out to get you.
I mean, the worst thing for Loki is to have his paranoia actually realized. So this is gonna confirm shit for him. Okay. Well, maybe I'll tell you what. I will give you a call soon. Yeah. And we'll arrange a meetup for, at the very least, the goods that you've already required. And we'll settle up on our tab then. And we can discuss the rest.
Perfect. Okay. Sure. Do you want the pistol first then, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'm going to need a couple of days to get stuff sorted here. I've got a couple of jobs I have to do. But maybe beginning of next week, I'll give you a call and we'll figure out a time to meet up. And this time I'll actually turn up, maybe. No, I mean, I'll actually turn up. That's fine.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you want to meet?
We'll just meet at yours.
Yeah? All right then.
All right. Okay, so I'll call you in about a week. In a few days.
Yeah, see you in a few days.
Okay, hang up. Destroy the phone. I'm going there.
Where are you going?
I'm going to his house.
Oh, dear.
By yourself?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, great. What could possibly go wrong?
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, I guess we will.
I mean, I'm going to stake out his house. I'm not going...
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to, confront him. I'm going to see what the fuck's going on over there.
All right, cool. I'm assuming you use the sewers.
Yes.
Perfect. You travel to a reasonably well-off neighborhood on the outskirts of the city. You can actually kind of feel an electricity in the air as you realize that you're getting real close to the barrier here. Yeah. And I think... You can, out of the corner of your eye, see the barrier itself. And that's never happened before. It's stronger than it was. Something about it's stronger than it was. But you arrive at your friend's house.
Okay. I'm going to sweep the perimeter twice.
Okay, yeah. Wits investigation.
Okay. I do have investigation.
You do! You're a little investigator.
Yeah, I
Good
am.
job with 3 successes.
Thank you.
Stop.
This is fine.
Okay, you investigate the perimeter. Clearly, he's not there right now. It's a relatively nice house. It's like a detached 2-story place in like a cul-de-sac sort of thing. You walk around, you look around. It seems mundane in every sense of the word.
All right, I'm gonna break in.
Perfect.
Thank you. I hate the way you say that, but
All right. This is going to require a dexterity larceny roll.
alrighty.
You break in, and the floor is just covered in mousetraps.
Or strength.
Could I use my fleetness for this?
Yes.
Because it adds celerity to the
Oh,
dicks.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can totally do that. You add... I'm assuming you're picking a lock.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to like dexterity. It's pick a lock or.
You could Father Christmas it, like try and shimmy down the chimney.
Not
Get
sure that would be dexterity though. That would be like
It would probably be dexterity, like contorting yourself down a chimney, right?
maybe. Be like flexibility. So it's a speciality of dexterity.
Did you do the...
Sorry, no.
Okay.
So
It's weird to know it's a very bad idea to do that.
Oh, come on now.
Your friend's inside, just sitting down with a book. You're like, I got in. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Who did this?
7 successes with a messy critical. Roll me 6 dice, please.
Oh.
Breaking into a house. Why does the beast make that messy?
Could
There's
I
inside nearby?
could I suggest like going into kind of hunter mode, like silent hunter type thing?
Yes.
You're pretending to be a submarine?
Yes. I even have a.
No, don't get your periscope out. We can't get banned from Twitch.
I was gonna say snorkel, but I couldn't think of periscope. I'm a snorkel. I'm a brilliant submarine.
Actually, do that. Diesel submarines have snorkels.
Yeah.
It's not the worst.
It still sounds stupid though. So
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Okay, so yeah, this is what happens.
Okay.
You, as quick as anything, just kind of do that scrubbing thing with the lock and just like, and then turns, opens the door, bangs against the interior wall. And then you step inside. And then you notice
Okay.
there are security cameras.
I was actually gonna say, oh no, actually, I would have been invited in before, right? So, because I actually can't go into some like a house without being invited, but no, I'm gonna like. I would say I would have been invited into his house before. So
Yeah, totally.
security cameras, okay. It's like this guy's paranoid or something. Why's he got cameras up? Jeez.
I'm just headcanon like Loki's just walked in and is now going.
Armed torpedoes.
So I see cameras.
You see cameras, interior and exterior.
Well, first thing is to find out where they're recording to or going.
Yep.
So I need to do that, please.
Okay. Let's call it an intelligence investigation.
Okay.
Four. Okay. You, I'm guessing, walk around the house a bit, look at things, investigate. This is very clearly going to a computer. like a tower PC in an office.
Not here, but somewhere else.
Here,
Okay.
possibly somewhere else. It's a good bet because the computer is currently on.
Can I have a quick search through the computer, see if I can pull up the feed?
Yes, you can. That's an intelligence technology roll.
Wow, when's the last time we did that? This may actually be the first time we've done a technology roll on the... Oh, nice.
4 successes. You actually get into this computer.
Could I see if it's going anywhere else as well, additionally?
Yes. Yes, you do. You do see it's going somewhere else. It's going to a cloud account.
That's not good. I'll erase the recordings on here, at least.
Okay, yeah, totally. You can do that with 4 successes. I'm assuming... no, never mind. Don't worry about it. Yeah. What do you do next?
I need to search this whole house for any signs of betrayal.
Wits investigation.
Righty-roo.
Three successes.
I'm gonna re-roll that one failure, please.
Please do.
Oh.
Four successes. You look around. You look in this office. You look in the computer. Like, you're looking in piles of paperwork, all sorts of stuff. Some of it's been shredded, but that's not unusual. The man was fairly meticulous. But you see that after the instant that took him off of active duty, now Captain Jack, he's not a pirate, but now Captain
Jameson.
Captain Jameson. Captain Jack Jameson of the Intelligence Bureau. He is a military intelligence officer now.
Okay.
And he appears to have been assigned to the city. He's still bent, though. You're fairly certain of that.
Yeah.
There's checks stuffed in various places. And you can probably find a cache of ammo and a pistol.
Taking it.
Okay.
I mean...
Do you find the
napalm?
He hasn't had time to get that yet.
No, the honey! What do you think?
Oh.
There is honey in his cupboard.
It's not napalm. It's a very distinctive smell to it. And taste. No, in the
Huh?
In the folder where the recordings were kept for the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna leave a notepad, and then, like, the name of the notepad is "We'll talk soon."
Okay.
LK.
Yep.
Is your relationship with your friends, you break into their house while they're out, take the stuff you ask them to get for you, leave a note, and steal their honey?
I didn't steal their honey.
Oh, that makes it fine then. Okay.
But I mean, you've met Loki.
The only person who's stolen honey tonight is Alex from Nate.
Sugar. And I'm going to leave.
Brilliant. All right. I think we should end the session by saying, Nate, you are well aware that tomorrow is when Renala and Mr. Grimald are supposed to meet. But you do have a decent idea of when and where they might be meeting, or at least how. What for, though, is a different matter. What are you doing? Aside from panicking.
Could I reach out to the other Alex?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably got his number. I think you did exchange them.
Well, Nate would probably order him to the apartment, and he would just like lay everything out for him. Everything, how he's feeling, his fears about Renala, about Daddy Sheepdew, Loki, and about Florence, about how like he wants to trust them, but he doesn't think he can. And I think he's kind of opening up to Alex as kind of they went through the same kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Okay. Make me one quick charisma persuasion roll.
Charisma persuasion.
Two successes. You get a message back pretty quickly that says, "I'm sorry. I'll come over in a bit." And Alex arrives at your place. And I think we'll fade to black on that one. But I also want to quickly, while we have you, Faris.
If you need me next week, I can be here.
Then maybe we will leave that revelation until next week.
I want to know what the revelation is now.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You're the worst.
I love when GMs say that.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty damn cool. We have plans. We have all sorts of skullduggery going on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. So follow these wonderful people. Their blood is thin, but their hearts are big. Except for
My blood's pure, thank you very much.
That's what you think. Right. Has anyone got anything they want to say or plug or do before we wrap up?
I have two things. One of which is Friday nights. If you want to see Rogue Trader stuff, I just killed somebody who tried to take my ship from me. And then also on Sunday, I will be doing character creation for my new Call of Cthulhu campaign on my channel. So if you're interested in that, it's Pulp Cthulhu. We're doing Wild West. It's going to be great.
That sounds so. There's too many good campaigns I want to watch right now. But yeah, totally do that. And there's Charlie Foxtrot. I saw your lore video.
Coming. Yeah, my map making is atrocious, but but yeah, no, Charlie Foxtrot is coming. If you ever wanted to play as an Imperial Guard in the 40k universe, which why would you? Are you insane? But yeah, that's coming. Hopefully, beginning of next month. No exact dates locked down yet. But, there will be videos on my YouTube channel on like lore and how to join. Even as a viewer, you can join. So yeah.
Beautiful. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I might stay here and play some Bloodlines.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
So-
that'd be kind of cool.
We're not going to raid anyone because we've swapped time. So just remember, everyone, 7 p.m. BST England time is when we're starting from now on until the end of the campaign. And probably past that, because we've been talking about things we want to do. It's very interesting. But yeah.
And follow Twitch Fuzzy.
Yeah, Fuzzy as well. Because Fuzzy was sleepy. Right. I'm going to take a quick break, and we will see you in like a couple of minutes.